Most people still associate podcasting with audio platforms like Spotify or Apple Podcasts. That idea isn't wrong, it's just incomplete. For business owners today, what actually works is video podcasting on YouTube. Because trust has changed, people no longer trust voices alone. They trust faces, they trust composure, they trust clarity under no pressure. A voice can persuade, presence convinces. Here's the shift most professionals miss. Podcasting is not about views, it's not about subscribers, and it's not about becoming visible everywhere. For a business owner, a video podcast is a way to capture authority once and let it work quietly over time. That's a very different game from content creation. Think about your own work. You explain the same thing repeatedly: who you are, what you do, how you process work, why your fees are structured the way they are, why clients stay with you. You explain this in meetings, on calls, over messages. A video podcast takes that explanation and turns it into a permanent reference point. People don't need to be convinced anymore. They arrive already informed. Consider how you choose people you trust. You don't rush the decision. You observe, you listen, you try to understand how they think. A video podcast allows someone to do exactly that, without interruption, without pressure. No selling, no persuasion. Just exposure of your thinking. That's why this works so well for professionals. A consultant explaining trade-offs, a doctor speaking calmly about risk, a real estate developer discussing long-term realities. Not selling, just explaining. That builds confidence far more effectively than promotion ever will. Business owners don't need a large audience. They need the right people to trust them early. A video podcast creates that trust because it allows long-form attention. Short-form content attracts curiosity, long-form conversations build conviction. Curiosity opens the door, conviction makes the decision. Personal branding is often misunderstood. It's not about being everywhere, it's about being remembered at the right moment. When someone asks you who should have to about this, your name should come up naturally. That doesn't happen through noise, it happens through familiarity. Video podcasting builds familiarity at scale. That's the reason the most influential podcasts today are video first. People want to see how someone handles uncertainty, how they pause, how they respond when answers aren't rehearsed. In a long form video, authority can't be manufactured. It either shows up or it doesn't. There are also practical advantage many business owners overlook. Audio podcast lives inside the app. Video podcast lives where decisions are researched, that is on YouTube and Google. When someone searches for your name, a video podcast becomes a visible proof. Proof of experience, proof of thinking, proof of leadership. Now compare this with advertising. Ads work while you pay for them. When the budget stops, attention disappears. A video podcast behaves differently. It compounds. A single episode can be watched once later, shared privately, sent before a meeting, clipped and reused, referenced repeatedly. Ads rent attention. Video podcast builds asset. An important clarification. Video podcast isn't for everyone. It's not for people chasing virality. It's not for people looking for instant leads. It's not for people uncomfortable being seen thinking. It works best for professionals who value long-term positioning. If trust is central to your business, video podcasting becomes strategic. Time is usually the concern. Most professionals don't lack time, they lack leverage. They answer the same question again and again. A video podcast replaces that repetition. Explain something once, clearly on camera. After that, send the link. That's not marketing, that's efficiency. This is where done for you video podcasting matters. Most business owners don't struggle with ideas, they struggle with execution. At Digisamvad, the focus is simple. We build video podcast platforms for business owners on YouTube. We take care of setup, recording, editing, long form episodes, short form clips, distribution, so you stay focused on leadership, not logistics. One final thought: in the years ahead, business owners will fall into two groups: those who rely on borrowed attention and those who build authority assets. Experience without visibility fades. Authority, when recorded on video, compounds. Video podcasting is no longer content, it's infrastructure.